Welcome to Brace Yourself, the Raw and Unfiltered Podcast. Join me as we dive into bold and authentic conversations about relationships, self-care, cultural shifts, generational cycles, and more. This podcast is your go-to for real talk and eye-opening insights, all while challenging norms and inspiring change. Tune in to explore the truths that matter most and get ready to embrace the unfiltered reality. Quick disclaimer, the content of Brace Yourself, the Raw and Unfiltered Podcast with Ariel Marie is based on my own research, knowledge, experience, and expertise. While I've read numerous books and consumed credited content on these topics, I am not a licensed professional. I am not an OBGYN. I am not a psychiatrist. I am not a therapist. Okay? I'm just a woman that wants to give informative information out to those who don't know that this is valuable information. The insights and opinions shared are personal and meant for informational purposes only. Please use your discretion and consult a professional for specific advice. Hey everyone, welcome back to Brace Yourself, the Raw and Unfiltered Podcast. It's your girl, Ariel Marie, here to continue our journey toward a healthier, more conscious living. Today, we're diving right into the groove of homemade, do-it-yourself alternative. Because if you tuned in to episode 18, you already know that there's a lot in the food industry that they do not want you to see. From hidden chemicals in our everyday meals to sneaky additives that wreak havoc in your body, it's time we took control of our pantries, and even the laundry rooms. I've got a special guest with me today, my cousin Mick, who's all about growing her own food and making things from scratch. Whether it's cranberry juice, sour cream, ginger ale, even dog food, she's got tips you do not want to miss. Let's kick things off. Hey, cousin.
Hey, cousin.
So excited to have you on the show. Before we jump into everything, can you please introduce yourself?
I am Mick. I am Ariel Marie's cousin. Her mother and I grew up together. That was my favorite cousin. So naturally, I love Ariel Marie to pieces.
Yes, thank you. I love you too. Nah, before we get into all this homemade stuff, I want to know what inspired you to ditch the store-bought items and go down the homemade route?
Initially, it wasn't, to be honest, it wasn't even the health benefits or the health conscious side for me. Initially, it was just because I was curious. I wanted to make it. That's it. But then it became a health conscious thing. Once I started noticing, oh, this is bad for us. This is no good for us. Let me see if I can make it without that healthier. So that's how it started, and how it ended is two different things. Both great reasons, I believe, though.
Yes. Now, reiterating on what you just said, let's talk about these processed foods. In episode 18, we learned about harmful additives like high fructose corn syrup, artificial colors like red 40, yellow 5, preservatives like BHT, BHD, and nitrates, commonly found in American grocery stores. Which ingredients do you personally avoid at all costs, and why?
Initially, I started to avoid the high fructose corn syrup.
Okay.
I just knew that was linked to like bad behavior in children. It started when my son, they wanted to diagnose him with ADHD and they wanted to put him on Ritalin, and I wasn't going for that. So I said, well, let me change his diet. So I started cutting out sugars. Then I learned about the high fructose corn syrup. So I started cutting that out. You'll never see me ever buy anything sugar free, because they took the sugar out and they started to add aspartame. So that's a big one that I stay away from, is aspartame, because that's a carcinogen known to cause cancer. And it's in so many of your sugar-free products. I'd rather you buy the sugar version and just drink less or eat less of it.
Yes. Everybody thinks the diet stuff is good for you, but it really isn't. They just taking the sugar and replacing it with something worse.
Yep.
To reiterate back what you said about the sugary snacks and the candy, it's a lot that people don't know about when it comes to the snacks that they feed in their babies all day, every day. Like the top 4 snacks that has the most stuff in them and got petroleum in them and the
artificial coloring is Pop-Tarts. Pop-Tarts is one of them. Fruit snacks, M&Ms, Cheetos, like things you wouldn't think had these dyes and petroleum, something that's supposed to be a so-called lubricant in them. They have all of this stuff in them. So, like you said, when they were trying to diagnose him with
And
ADHD.
petroleum is a big one.
No, go ahead. Go ahead, guys.
Oh yeah, petroleum is a big one. That's banned in almost every country but here. And you have to look at that. You have to look at why don't these other countries allow these things in their foods or in their drinks? There's a reason. But see here they have to sell us the ailment in order to sell us the cure.
Yeah.
We all about money here. It's not for the betterment of the people. We are a cash country. Bottom line.
Yeah. And sadly, it's been like that forever. So I don't even know when it's going to change. We might just have to move to a different country where they care about their people.
We have to change it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why it's so important for you to take control of your own kitchen. It's so important for you to start doing that. Just start with small changes. You don't have to ditch everything all at once. For one, I still revert to some things, but I'm more conscious about it.
Yeah.
And that's what you got to be.
You have to. You just, like you said, you don't have to change everything, but one thing matters. One little thing. Start somewhere with something. Because it's hard. It's hard from everything from what you used to go to something that you like, this don't even taste like this. That's because you was eating fake stuff your whole life. You didn't even know.
Yeah. Yeah. They got you conditioned with the fake stuff tasting so good. It really don't. It really don't.
Mm-mm. Like, it's so much evidence out here. The Center for Science often flags artificial colors for behavioral issues in children. Like you said, like they tried to diagnose him with ADHD and you changed his diet and they weren't saying any of that no more and you seen a difference.
Yeah, like, I changed his diet. I saw instant change in him.
Yes. And that's big because we have high numbers of autism and ADHD and ADD children nowadays. And people are just listening to the doctors for, we're going to put my baby on these meds. No, just change what you're giving them. You know, let's not go to McDonald's every day. Let's not give them the Cheetos and the M&Ms and everything else. Like,
yep. And that alone, the ADHD alone is a prime example of let me sell you the ailment so I can sell you the cure. And I just explained to you how, because once he wasn't on pops and eating candy all day from sun up to sundown and all these processed meats and once he wasn't eating all of that, there was no problem anymore, so they couldn't sell me a cure anymore.
Now, while we get into the nitty gritty about all the bad stuff, let's start talking about the good stuff that we can make. Your homemade cranberry juice and your sauce are a hit in the family. I finally just had me some the other day, and oh my God, the cranberry juice. I'm gonna need some more. So I'm gonna bring you some jars. I'm gonna bring you some cranberries, and we're gonna get the process going. I got so many of my friends. They mad. They like, save me some. No, I can't. You just don't have to get your own. I told them, like, look, you can get your own. I can get some for you, but I can't save this for you. Like, oh my God, it's just.
And I'll be honest. Once you have, if all y'all out there, if you know anybody that makes cranberry juice themselves, go ask them for just 1 cup. Ask them for just 1 cup. And I promise you, no matter who make it, I promise you, it's you're going to love it way more than the store-bought. And you're not going to want store-bought anymore. I promise you that.
Yes, I literally did the comparison with your cranberry juice and like the little cran juice that I had at home. And the colors are completely different. The taste is completely different. Everything. Like,
yeah. This how much I believe in it. I was never a fan of cranberry juice. Cranberry juice is one of the first things that a canner will start to can. And that's how I ended up making it. I've never been a fan of cranberry juice, but once I tasted mine, now I like cranberry juice.
What? I was about to say you never liked it. I love cranberry juice.
Yep, I've never been a fan of cranberry juice. Even when we were just using it for a chaser, I've never been a fan of cranberry juice.
I was about to say, like, it go good with some vodka or tequila. I don't know what you're talking about. You don't like no cranberry juice, though. You know, we like to drink.
Yep, I've never liked it. So there's my testimony. I've never even liked it until I made it.
Now, can you walk us through how you make it from scratch? So
I
these
sure
people can try to make it at home,
you're
please.
going to want to get you your cranberries. Now, if you're going with fresh, which I suggest, you go with fresh, you always going to clean them. I use vinegar and baking soda in the water solution. Let those boys soak, shake them up a couple times. Let them soak, rinse them. Once you got them all cleaned up, you throw them in a pot with some water and your sugar or honey. I have not personally tried it with honey, but I don't think it would taste bad. I think that would be still a good option. Yeah. I just use, my water and sugar, boil that for about 20, 30 minutes, strain it, jar it up, and then you can it. There you go. You got cranberry juice.
Easy peasy. Y'all can make your own homemade cranberry juice. So if you want to be lazy, you can go and buy some from my cousin.
Put it straight in the refrigerator because I guarantee y'all gonna drink it all.
Look, because I done drunk all of mine, and I'm about to work on this pineapple, cranberry, orange in a minute. I was trying to be patient.
That's my most requested juice.
And now that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to be patient. My mama like, did you try it yet? Did you try it yet? I'm trying to be patient. I'm trying to savor everything. I ain't trying to eat everything up, and then I'll be back right out there like, cousin. I need some more.
Yeah, now that pineapple orange cranberry juice, I'm telling you, that is my most requested.
And it just looks so beautiful. I posted a video of it on the Instagram page. So if y'all have not seen it, go look at it and y'all will see the cranberry pineapple orange juice.
And when y'all look at it, you answer me this. Why would it ever need dye? It's already beautiful. Those colors are already gorgeous. Why would it need dye?
Mm-hmm. Why? Why they putting dye and stuff that don't need dye that already got the natural color?
Natural. That juice, even when you make the cranberry juice, when you make it from scratch, it is such a vibrant, beautiful color. You don't need to. It's already pretty. What do you need red dye 40 for? What do you need crushed up bug dye for? You don't need it.
Just putting stuff in there for no reason.
None at all. None at all.
Sour cream is something many people don't even think about making themselves. How on earth do you do that? And what's the benefit on buying it at the tub than making it at home? Than doing it at the grocery store?
Yeah, the benefit is because you will know what's in it. These people said that there is an acceptable amount of bugs that is allowed in your food that they sell. Why I want to buy some bugs? I don't want to buy no bugs.
Because I hear my cousin, she said that out here, there's an acceptable number of bugs that they can put in your food to sell you. An acceptable amount. Not just, okay, maybe. They got a certain amount that, you can have as many up to this number. They're allowing it as acceptable. That should never, ever, in any case, be acceptable at all. But it is here.
Not at all.
So, is the culturing process, how does that go? How long does it take with the sour cream? What all do you need to make it?
Sour cream is 2 ingredients and 48 hours, and you will have sour cream. Technically, it's creme fraiche, but creme fraiche is essentially sour cream. It ain't nothing but heavy cream and buttermilk. Heavy cream and buttermilk. You want to put that in a jar, mix it up, cover it with a paper towel or a filter. Let it set out for 48 hours. In 48 hours, you got sour cream.
Y'all hear that? Simple, easy.
2 ingredients, and you know what's in it.
Mm-hmm. Now, this is something everybody always want to try to make. Bread. Homemade bread. With the rise of the baking bread during the pandemic, folks might be familiar with it, but can you please highlight why the store-bought bread sometimes isn't the best option?
Because when y'all go back to the store and you pick up that loaf of bread, turn it over and read them ingredients and then count them. Bread do not need that many ingredients, and it don't need nothing that you can't pronounce. Nothing that you don't know what it is. That's entirely too much. And the main one, when I first started being selective about bread, the only thing that I really could find to stay away from in bread was the high fructose corn syrup. But that still left about 25 ingredients in this loaf of bread. So I make my bread at home. I use what? Let's count them together. Yeast, water, oil, flour, sugar, and salt. Was that 6 ingredients? That I can pronounce each one of them.
Easy.
I know what each one of them was.
Easy. That's all. You don't need all that extra stuff. And the bread that's on the shelves in the store and the bread aisles, they have over 20 ingredients in them. They have dough conditioners, like she said, high fructose corn syrup. If you are going to buy store-bought bread, go to the bakery instead and get fresh bread. Because
don't be upset when your bread's sitting on the counter for a week and it's moldy. Don't be upset. That's what you want. That means there ain't no preservatives in it.
Yes, because y'all know when food don't get old, that's an issue. If your food not getting old and it's not getting moldy, something wrong with it. Just like with McDonald's. You can leave McDonald's. They got Happy Meals that was from the 1990s that don't got no mold.
Still sitting on the counter looking fresh.
Okay.
And then you got to think about it like this too. If it can sit on your counter for a month, it's sitting in your gut for just as long.
You got to keep all of that in mind.
Yeah.
Now, you also whip up your own laundry detergent. How you do that? That's a whole nother level of DIY. Like, I remember doing a science project in like 3rd grade with some borax and stuff, but that was it. Because everybody like, no, that take too much time. And like, how much of a difference do you notice cost-wise and in terms of quality?
Cost-wise, I feel cost-wise, because I stopped buying laundry detergent out of the stores. I want to say almost a year now. I've stopped buying it. In that year, I say I've only probably had to rebuy my supplies twice. Yep, I've only had, if I'm counting correctly, I've only had to I'll say 3, just to throw that in there extra time. I've rebought 3 times. And the total, I'm just going to estimate here, I spend about maybe $40, if that, on my supplies. If
$40, and it lasts you how long? How many loads or just how many months you think?
Well, I'm only re-upping like twice, so that one cup lasting me about 6 months. Yeah, so that $40 lasted me about 6 months. I'm a family of 3. I wash almost every other day.
As I said, especially got little dogs, little fur animals, and everything. Babies.
Yeah, but that's one of the easiest things to do too. It's borax, laundry soda, baking soda, sea salt, Epsom salt, and what is the soap? Castile soap.
Okay.
Grated up Castile soap bars. And that's my laundry detergent. You can add you some essential oils and you can make it whatever fragrance you want.
See, I feel like that's something that I'm going to have to start doing ASAP because my eczema is getting real bad. And the dogs are a culprit, but I know it's the laundry detergent too.
And once again, how they sell you the ailment so they can sell you the cure. Y'all wouldn't have needed them to make a free and clear if the regular wasn't already fucking with y'all.
And then the free and clear don't help you either. It still mess you up. It's just not as much as the one with all the fragrances is, but it still got all the bad ingredients in it.
They just got that color
for
you.
Yeah.
Right. They just made it up for you and made it clear and odorless. But they still got all of them badass chemicals in there that you don't need. Hormone blockers and inhibitors and all kind of stuff.
Now, you do a lot of stuff with dairy, between coffee creamer, ice cream. Ma'am, you got a cow in your backyard or something?
I wish. That's why I can't wait to get this 40 acres and a mule, baby. But and again, it's now that the dairy on the dairy side is very, very cost efficient to make I make my own condensed sweet milk. A
How you
half
do
a
that?
gallon will get me about six cans, about the size that you would buy out of the jar, from 1/2 gallon of milk. And all it is milk and sugar. You simmer that low and slow until it is reduced by half, and guess what you got? Sweet condensed milk. 2 ingredients. No bugs.
Did you hear that? With no bugs, no ailments included.
Yeah, I use that in my coffee creamer. The reason I started making coffee creamer because it was brought to my attention because I never thought to turn it around and look and see what was in my coffee creamer that I was buying off the shelf. Why are we drinking palm oil? Why are we drinking palm oil in our coffee? Because that's what's in that coffee creamer that you're buying off that shelf. But coffee creamer essentially is 2 ingredients. Sweet condensed milk, I already told you how to make that yourself, and half and half. Now you can add you some vanilla extract or a little bit of brown sugar, however you want to flavor it up, but essentially it's sweet condensed milk and half. There's your coffee creamer. No palm oil.
Easy, healthy, effective, okay? Making homemade stuff, yeah, it does take time, but your health is worth it at the end of the day. Like a few minutes in the kitchen, an hour or so out your week, you can do that to have better and healthier traits going on, because
You
the stuff that they
absolutely
putting
can.
out on
It's-
these
you
shelves
are
is
worth it.
not. Yeah, you gotta put yourself first, and that's making yourself a priority and putting yourself first.
And it doesn't have to be, you don't have to be in the kitchen all day, every day. Take one day. Take one day to restock. That's all you got to do. Just take one day, restock. Everything and you won't have to do everything every week. Like I just told you, that half a gallon of milk gives me about 6 jars of condensed sweet milk. So I don't have to do that every week. Look, get with your family. Find somebody who doing something else. You make this, they make that.
This one cousin do this one cousin making that, this one cousin making this, but we know our family gonna be coming up over us like, can you do this, can you do that, can you do that?
They absolutely will.
And we're gonna be like, okay, because they family.
But I'm talking about for they family, for the people out there, for y'all family. That's what y'all need to do. See, we got ours. We got our family. But what y'all need to do, you need to get with your family.
And be like, hey, we need to be making this. Yes, somebody, you make this, I make this. Let's get it. Because you will see so much improvements in these babies and everything if you just change some of the stuff up. Some of it.
Yeah, now everybody who knows me, I've struggled with acne my entire life from adolescence until adulthood. I've always struggled with acne, and I've been to the dermatologist. I've got shots in my face, creams, ointments, prescriptions, everything. Anything that would work would only work for me for about a week. Then it didn't work no more. I made a soap that I've been using for about 2 months. When I tell you I've never had this clear skin for this long of an amount of time, and I know exactly what's in it. See, I was always afraid of that over-the-counter stuff because just because it say that's what's on it in the box, and that's not always the helping ingredient. It could be so far down on the list that it's barely anything in there, but they'll let them put that on that box and let you believe that that's what you're buying.
Yeah. They don't regulate nothing. They just let these companies put whatever on these labels and everything else, and they be like, okay, as long as we making money. Again, it's for profit. But that that facial bar she talking about, she gave me one of them. And let me just tell y'all, I've been using it for the last 2 nights or so. Well, 2 mornings. And my face has been clearing up. So this is my testimony right now, and it's only been a couple days. So just wait for these weeks to go by. I'm gonna be posting my face, and I'm gonna show y'all, because I see the difference, and it's only been 48 hours. So,
yeah, and
it's literally natural stuff. Natural stuff. We do not need all of this shit that's man-made with all of these chemicals and everything else. Like, the earth provides us with everything that we need, and we just need to get back
Definitely
to
does.
using it. We just need to get back to using it instead of listening to them telling, oh no, you need this and you need that. No, we do not. We do not.
Yeah, when they sit up here and try to tell you, or if you notice them trying to get rid of something so bad, you need to take a look at what that is that they're trying to get rid of. Dandelions, prime example.
Mm-hmm.
They try to get rid of dandelions so bad. Why? Why do they not want? Why they label it such a horrible weed and it's not good and they gotta because it's good for you. Every part of it, from the flower to the root, it is good for you. The mullein, it's a weed. They try to eradicate that. Oh, it's an invasive weed. It's a weed. It's medicinal. Mullein is good for you.
And that's a shame.
Yeah, everything that they don't want you to have or don't allow to freely grow somewhere is because it will help you. They don't want you to help yourself because then you don't have to pay Big Pharma to help you.
Exactly. And that's literally their goal at the end of the day. They want you to rely on them instead of, we already have the resources given to us. So we not out here spending money and paying, and we can't afford this prescription because we don't have it. We already got all of this that we need. We have everything that we need. It's given to us. And they just mess it up, try to take it away, make it extinct, everything, just so we can't get those free benefits anymore from it. Like she said with the dandelion. Back then, you ain't hear nobody talking about no dandelion root, medicine, supplements, none of that. I even got dandelion root on my shelves with my supplements. Why? Because lately it has been a known herb that has been helping with hormones and everything else. But guess what? They've been knew this. And now it's just now coming out to the public. But they've been knew this. When we was little, it was dandelions everywhere. Everywhere. Now you barely see them. Why? Y'all heard what my cousin said.
Yeah.
Even with
you got to
mullins,
look
like
at what they try to hide from you.
Yeah, the weeds, everything has a benefit for something. It's everything. Everything is here for a reason. It's it's either here to feed something else or to help something. It's here for a reason. It's not, oh no, it's bad. No, everything got its purpose here. And we need to start really doing our own research and figuring it out, because if we listen to the news and these doctors, we will never be as healthy as we want to be. We just gonna constantly be walking in their doors every few months talking about we feel like this and we feel like that.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. The way we gotta really pay attention to almost everything now. From our food to our products we're using to clean up, even what you feeding the dogs. Even what you feeding your own dog. Like, they even targeting the babies, the puppies.
Yes, they do. And then just like with the dog situation, one of the main things that you would never need dye, if you believe that the dogs are colorblind, why is there dye and colored pieces of kibble in that dog food? It's marketed towards you, so you can go, oh, that looks good. It looks healthy. It's got peas and carrots in it. Those not peas and carrots. Those are just pieces of food dyed to look like peas and carrots. Turn it back over and start reading. Peas and carrots, I bet you won't be nowhere on that bag. Nowhere in the ingredients, just in that picture, just to catch your eye, because it does nothing for your dog. Your dog don't see, if they are correct about them being colorblind. Your dog don't see that orange or that green in there. Why is it in there? Why is that dye in there?
Now, since we're talking about all this bad dog food, you make your own dog food. What sparked you to do that? And how can someone ensure that their pets gets all the nutrients that they need?
See, I feel like this. When you get a dog and you invest all this time and all this money in it, why would you feed them the shittiest thing on the market and shorten their lifespan? You don't buy a dog just so you can have it 2-3 years. You want your dog around with you as long as you can have it. These kibbles, they shorten and they causing seizures and all kinds of stuff. And these dog food companies not taking accountability. They trying to get out of it any way that they can. Just the same thing with those ones that they put in there for your vet to push on you. Them vets getting paid for you to buy that.
Mm-hmm.
That's an agenda. I don't buy any vet recommended dog food, nor do I buy any dog food that you can buy in the market. If you can buy it in the supermarket, I guarantee you it's not good enough for your dog. If you have to stick with kibble, don't buy anything that you could buy in the grocery store. You got to get out here and you got to do your research. You got to flip them bags over. If you wouldn't eat it, why you feeding it to them?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, me personally, I don't want animal scraps and roadkill. I'm not gonna eat that. So why I'm gonna feed it to my dog?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not.
Because that's your baby at the end of the day. Like you said, you want them here for a
That part.
long time. At least get them something, right?
Yeah,
Now,
and you can definitely extend their life with a better diet. You can definitely avoid some of these cancers with a better diet.
mm-hmm. Because before all of these dog cancers were not as relevant as they are now, and all of a sudden you got to watch out for this and you got to watch out for that. Why are these animals getting more sick than what they used to back in the day? What are they doing with the dog food? What did they change? What did they decide? What did they decide that they was gonna do now? Oh, we're gonna make them sick so they can go to the vet and pay this, and we're gonna push this medicine on there, and this might extend it for a little bit, but eventually they still gonna have to come back. It's always a hidden agenda behind all of this.
Yeah. And see, with the dog food companies, they have to figure out ways to make that dog food last as long as it possibly can on that shelf. Just like I told you with your bread. You don't want something that is able to sit out on your counter for months at a time without ever going bad. But that's what they have to make it that way so that kibble lasts long enough to get from that factory to every state in the country, and then wait for you to come and buy it. Then you got it home and it's opened, and it's gonna take your dog however long to get through it. It's gotta stay good that long.
Mm-hmm.
So they will do whatever, they will put whatever they need to put in there to extend that shelf life on that dog food. And none of that stuff is good for you.
None of it. Nah. I made sure I came home the other day and looked on the back of their dog food to look at their first 5 ingredients. And granted, the first 5 ingredients was beef and it was veggies and stuff. So I'm like, okay, all right. It ain't a lot of BS up in here. Boy, stop. He over here talking about dog food.
Understand
He know
making dog food
things.
is not something for everybody. And I get that. I understand that. But what you got to do is if you are going to continue to feed kibble, what you got to do is you got to flip it over and you got to read. Just like you were telling them in that last episode. Not just for your food. You got to flip it over and read for their food too. You want to be focused on the first 5 ingredients because that's what the majority of that food is going to be. If your first 5 ingredients, if the first, second, or third one is corn or rice, you don't want that. Because why? Now you're just buying a filler. Because corn, we don't even digest corn. Why would you give it to your pet? Rice is not nothing that they need. They get absolutely nothing from it. The only time that you should really be giving your dog or cat rice is when you need them to be on a bland diet for a few days. That's the only time that you really need rice. This batch of dog food that I just made today, it has rice in it. The only reason it has rice in it is because I'm not going to waste it. I had a little bit of rice left on the counter that I ain't going to use. So I wasn't going to waste it. But that would never be an ingredient that I would buy specifically to make my dog food with. They don't need it. It's just a filler. So when it's in your kibble, it's just a filler. They gain absolutely nothing from it. So why you want, if you're gonna add rice, you could just boil some rice and add it at home. Why are you paying for nothing?
So what do you put in your dog food then?
So a basic mix for her would be ground beef.
Okay.
Some type of vegetable. Sometimes it's kale. Usually when it's kale, it's because I had kale for dinner a few days ago and I saved the stalks and the little pieces and I put them in the freezer for when I made dog food. If I don't have that, then she'll get a frozen bag of peas and carrots. Okay. I'll add some blueberries or some strawberries. Strawberries, when you buy your strawberries and you washing and cutting your strawberries up and you cutting them tops off, don't put them in the garbage. Put them in the freezer and put them in that dog food. Okay? We ain't wasting nothing over here.
Don't waste no food. If the babies can't eat it, put it in the freezer.
And we're gonna cut our costs as much as we can. I already gotta pay for this beef. I don't have to pay for these strawberries because she can get the tops. We could, if we really wanted to, we could eat the tops. They are fully edible. So why would I throw those away? Put them right on in there for her. My pit, she is a half cooked, half raw diet.
Okay.
So I was with her ground beef and her vegetables and her fruit. I would stop there for her because her topper that she gets raw is going to be some type of muscle meat. Usually it's a ground venison or ground lamb or ground beef. She's going to get bone. I do not ever recommend cooked bone. This is raw bone only. And then she's going to get some organs. She needs at least 5% of her diet has to be, of all dogs, needs to be organs, secreting organs. So those she gets on top of her cooked raw. My Chihuahua, she's pickier. So she's not gonna get the raw toppers because she pickier. So for her food, I do have to add that I'll add in some type of calcium. Ground eggshells work the best.
Okay.
You can, once you make your breakfast in the morning, set them eggs aside.
So you can use ground eggshells for them?
Yes, you can. You absolutely can.
I'm gonna start saving them now.
Now you'll hear some people say yay and some people say nay, but you can even, if you decide to do the raw route, you can even give your dog an egg. You can crack an egg, crush that eggshell up and put the eggshell in there. If you're not doing raw, you can take those eggshells, bake them off a little bit until they're dry, ground them up in your food processor or your blender, and now you have a calcium powder that you can put on top of your dog food.
Okay. See, I didn't know that. You learn something new every day. I didn't know about them eggshells. I knew about the pumpkin seeds, for they deworm.
Yeah, raw pumpkin seeds. Oh, I'm sorry. Yep, she gets that as well as her topper. She gets raw pumpkin seeds. I ground them up, or else they're gonna come off whole. But raw pumpkin seeds are a natural dewormer. She gets that added to her. If she doesn't get raw salmon, she'll get a salmon oil that I purchased.
Okay. So did y'all hear that she's still getting everything that she needs, because at the end of the day, these are animals. And if they were in the wild, they would need to be eating all of this. So be careful when you buying their food, because half of this dog food that's out here don't have none of the nutrients that they would really need to survive. And that food that she's making,
fillers.
That food that she's making, that girl will turn into the wolf when the moon come out. She eating so good. So yes, but also remember, do not be seasoning it and everything else.
No. Making the only season that I add to her food, and more so for my Chihuahua because the Chihuahua is a little older. They do I will say maybe every other batch of food that I make, I will add turmeric and ground pepper.
Okay.
But other than that, don't put no salt or no garlic powder, no onion powder. They don't need all that. They don't even want
They're gonna eat it. They're gonna say it's good regardless, okay? Because they think everything good as long as they like it.
You drop a little bit of that in their bowl and they gonna chef kiss you.
Yes. Now, for our listeners ready to roll up their sleeve and try new homemade goodies, we do have a few recommendations. Homemade yogurt, like my cousin said, it's not hard. With dairy, it's not hard. Like, it's easier for you to do a lot of dairy stuff at home. Combining high quality milk with live cultures, then incubate it at a low, steady temperature for about 8 to 10 hours. You got your tanky treat. Salad dressing, because that salad dressing that they got on themselves, nah. Go ahead, mix you some olive oil, vinegar, lemon juice, whatever. Put some mustard in there, salt, pepper, any kind of herbs. There you go. You got your own salad dressing, and you know what's in it.
You know
what's in it. Okay? Popsicles, natural fruit popsicles. Just blend some fresh fruit with water and coconut and put them in molds. You can add sweeteners like honey, maple syrup, agave, whatever. Freeze them. And now you got a popsicle without all those dyes and all those chemicals that they have in the store.
Or lay it out across some parchment paper and put it in your oven real low and slow. And then you got you some fruit roll-ups.
Look, so you got you either a frozen treat or you got you a baked treat. Because them fruit roll-ups stop. You need to stop giving them babies some fruit roll-ups too. Okay? All that, the red 40, all of that. It is not good.
And you don't have to buy all this expensive stuff. I've got a yogurt maker that I bought years ago. And when I first started making yogurt, I was using it. But you know what I use now? My crock pot in a jar. You don't need a bunch of expensive stuff. My canner, because I water bath can. So my canner is a stock pot that I had bought years ago to cook with. You don't need a bunch of expensive things. You can use, I guarantee you got everything you need already in your house.
Promise. You do not have to, I got to eat healthy. I got to start making my stuff homemade. So now I got to buy all of this and that. Don't let social media and the internet put you in the frenzy to where, you got to buy this. And you do not have to go broke and break the bank to eat healthy and change your lifestyle. You do not have to. Just start with the stuff that you got at home. You can make it work.
One of my canners, I use the steam rack out of my copper pot to go in my stock pot as my rack for my jars. There you go.
Look at that.
Something you already had.
Yes, reuse.
If you don't have that, you get a tea towel, a kitchen towel always works too. If you don't have that. So you don't have to go out here and spend a whole lot of money to make healthier things or make your own things at home. I promise you don't.
No.
You got to just get innovative. You got to look at stuff. Yeah. Everything got a purpose and a secondary purpose.
You probably got big old bowls, like she said, big old pots, everything. I just can't. First time
or the other day, you got enough of what you need to start. I promise you that.
I just can't. The other day for the first time, and I didn't have half the stuff I needed, but guess what? I still did it. I made it work. Still did it, made it work. So don't pressure yourself. This is just to educate everybody so we can do better. Because when you know better, you do better. Like back then, our grandmas, they ain't know no better. Or, the elders, they ain't know no better. So when they was throwing that Vaseline up on us, they ain't
lathering us down.
Look, because it used to be cold back then, and we had real snow back then. So we needed it. We thought we needed it, but we was just lathering ourselves down with petroleum. Now there are safer and better alternatives. So ditch that Vaseline, because now that you know better, you can do better.
That part.
Share the information. Don't just keep it to yourself. Be like, I ain't gonna put no Vaseline on that baby.
I stopped using Vaseline years ago. That was one of the ones that I realized was banned everywhere but here. So I stopped using that years ago. The only time you'll find Vaseline in my house is in my bug out bags to start a fire with.
Okay. Did y'all hear that? For our bug out bags to start a fire. That's it. That's it.
That does not get put anywhere on my body.
This conversation has been absolutely illuminating. From making your own bread to controlling what's in your laundry detergent, it's clear that taking ownership of your kitchen and your home can be incredibly empowering. Processed foods and products come loaded with preservatives, artificial colors, and flavors that may negatively impact your health and your wallet. So why not get back to the basics? This is what we used to do back in the day. Hey, the Amish make everything homemade, and they still thriving, and they fine. They not complaining. Sometimes I just wish I could just have a regular life like that sometimes and get back to the basics. So let's try together. A massive thanks to my amazing cousin for sharing her knowledge and her homemade secrets. If you are inspired as I am, let me know on social media what you planning to cook up or create on your own. And remember, it's all about pressing forward in life and making progress on your health journey, one homemade step at a time. Now, I have been posting and tagging my cousin in multiple posts regarding things that she has made and everything. And she posts almost every day and said, "Can Mick make this?" So you are more than welcome to venture off and see what she has decided to make from scratch today, or that whatever day it's going to be. You know, be on the lookout. Mick Made, who will be coming to somewhere near you eventually. Okay? Will be, because I'm already getting a whole bunch of requests. So we gonna have a pop-up shop or something soon. Because everybody, they want it. They want the homemade. They want all of that. And I love it. I'm excited for it. Because not only, we didn't even get to really talk about it, but not only does she make a lot of homemade food and cleaning products, she also makes homemade medicine and remedies as well. And that's a whole nother ball game, because cough syrup, all that stuff that they put on the shelves, that's not good for us either. That got red 40 in it. Look, I got Mucinex in the bathroom, and I turned around.
They just came out and told y'all that stuff wasn't working. That just was released. It came out and it came to light that stuff doesn't even work. Honey gonna be your best friend, I'm telling you. Honey gonna be your best friend.
Look, because this is what this Mucinex say. Red 40. FDNC. And then all these artificial dyes, they be having all different names, but they all mean the same thing. They all mean the same thing.
Yeah. I currently have 3 different versions of cough syrup in my apothecary, and I can't get through any of it because I can't get sick for some reason. Not that I want to. and not for some reason, because I do things like fire cider and steeping teas and things like that. So I don't get sick that often. So I can't even run through all the cough medicines that I do have.
Can you tell me what's in your fire cider, ma'am? Because I let everybody know on social media that it was an immunity drink, but I didn't give them the details on exactly what it is. But that video it's damn near going viral. It got over 2,000 views on the page, so they want to know about that.
Yeah. Okay. So my fire cider has ginger, turmeric, red onion, horseradish, jalapenos, garlic, peppercorns, rosemary, oranges, lemons, thyme, cinnamon sticks, cloves, and oregano, all in apple cider vinegar.
And what does that do? What's the benefit?
You let that sit for about a month, then strain it. Now you got it's antibacterial, antioxidant, antifungal, anti-inflammatory. It aids in digestion. It detoxifies. It's an immunity booster. It's a respiratory booster, and it's antimicrobial.
Did y'all hear?
They don't want y'all to know that though. They don't want y'all to know that though.
Simple stuff that you got at home. You can make your own medicine. And they want you to buy the stuff that they pushing through Big Pharma and everything else.
We take that. If we got a hint of feeling like we getting sick, we come in here and do a shot of fire cider. But you can take it daily if you wanted to for just other benefits. We take it if we feel like we're getting sick, we take a shot of fire cider. Guess what? Now we ain't sick.
Yeah. Saved yourself to even getting sick. You just saved it because you're like, all right, you done aided yourself with all of these nice, great nutrients, everything, instead of the medicine, because the medicine, what they say they've got in here. This ingredients and this, it says ammonium. All of this stuff I cannot pronounce. And a hydrocitric acid. Yes, it says ammonium absorbic acid. Adate disodium. It's just so much I can't pronounce it. And it's just like, And red 40, blue one.
Half of that stuff is.
Look, red 40, blue one. Like, no. If it got too much stuff, you don't even know what it is. You don't need to be putting it in your body.
That part.
It's easy to make your own. Why does your
medicine have to have dye in it? That'll help you with your cold or your cough. Why? What is the dye in there for? It's a
makes
pill.
no sense.
Or a pill. It doesn't. Why does it have to be pretty?
Okay, because the cough syrup I got from my cousin, it looked real nice. It looked like regular cough syrup because I got honey in it. Okay. It looked like regular cough syrup. It ain't blue because it's for nighttime. It ain't clear because it's for daytime. It's just cough syrup. It's just cough syrup. That's it.
Yep, a lot of my cough syrup bases are honey. So I do need to tell y'all, it's not my cough syrups. These particular ones are not recommended for children under 1. For some reason, they can't process honey like we can. Under 1. But once they 1, I mean, then you go ahead. And there are other natural cough syrups that you can make for infants that are under 1 years of age. So you just gotta, it don't take much. Research it.
Nah, I also got some magnesium oil from you. Can you tell me what I can use that for? What's the benefit?
So the magnesium oil, what you're gonna want to do with that particular one is at night you want to spray some on your feet. Okay. That's gonna help you get a better sleep. A lot of times what people don't realize is we are magnesium deficient. And the best way to absorb magnesium is through the skin. So that magnesium oil is going to help you sleep better. It also, every once in a while, I'll get like a cramp in my leg, almost like a Charlie horse.
Okay.
I spray some of that magnesium oil on it, honey, and it's gone.
Okay, I'm about to be using that for these knees, okay? Because they be aching.
Now next week, now with the one that you don't have that helps with the arthritic pain is gonna be an avocado tincture, and I'm gonna tell you, all that is a grated up avocado seed steeped in some isopropyl alcohol.
Okay, so I'm gonna go give me some avocados. Make some of that.
Pain relieving.
Look,
I didn't have an extra one of those to give you, but I'll make sure you have some when you come back.
Thank you. Just get ready, cause they about to be on you. They about to be on you, and I'm gonna be here to help you. But just get ready, cause they already.
Yeah, and I'm gonna make I want to make a magnesium lotion too, cause I don't know, cause I think it may just be me. So sometimes with my magnesium oil spray, I'll put that on after I get out the shower and put some socks on.
Okay.
I'm weird, so I can't sleep in socks. But
I was about to say, if you sleep with socks on, you ain't my cousin.
Yeah, no, I can't. But the magnesium oil spray, when I use it at night and get in the bed, it's got like a chalky feel to it, and I don't like it. So that's why I'm about to make some magnesium lotion.
Okay.
But I still use my spray. I just use it like when I take my shower in the morning, and I'll spray my feet and put my socks on. Then it's not noticeable to me. Okay. So I still use it, but for nighttime, I don't use it. But I mean, you still getting the benefits because you're still absorbing that magnesium.
Right.
Yeah. So next week I'm gonna work on a magnesium lotion.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you. This has been a beautiful episode, because I want to thank you.
You are more than
for taking the time out to love on us and give us all of this beautiful information. You supplied me with so many goodies that I cannot wait to dive into. My cranberry juice is already gone, and I'm sad about it because I need some more. It's okay. I'm going to be getting my fix soon.
Yeah, I'm about to make some more soon too, because I got to make some more of the cranberry pineapple orange juice. I just went downstairs a little bit earlier and caught my daughter in my jars that I sell. I caught her with both of them in her hand. I said, "What you doing?" She was like, "Can I send you $5?" I'm telling you, that's the one I cannot keep that one on the shelf. That is my most requested.
I'm about to put mine in the fridge right now so it could be cold, so I can drink me some and be like, because that's what I love. My cousin taught me how to can, so I don't got to put everything in my fridge no more. I just put it right on the shelf, and when I need it, I can just grab it. Okay. I love it.
Yep,
I love
it
it.
is so simple, you guys. Y'all really need to get into it. My goal for my family and everybody that I fuck with the long way, my goal is to have a cannery and an apothecary in everybody's house because we need that.
Yes. Yes. Yes, because I ain't even watched the news yesterday and I don't care to look up nothing, but we still just need our own stuff regardless. I ain't gonna keep telling y'all that. We ain't gonna depress this episode, but
I just heard, I don't know how true this is, but I heard something about Detroit is now allowing residents to own chicken.
Yeah, that's true.
I hope that's true.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
I seen
I
it
hope
and
y'all do
everything
it
too.
I hope
We
y'all
gotta
do it
get a
because
hot
see
side.
the
Gotta get a hot
last week or so,
side.
I didn't no, I'm talking to the people, but yeah,
Oh,
we gonna eventually too, you and I'm talking to the people. I hope y'all do it. I hope y'all do it. I have been refusing to buy eggs from the market because $4 for 12 eggs.
look, okay, you can get you a chicken up in your backyard, okay, and they gonna provide you all the food
Even
that
if
you
y'all
need.
did it and you charged me $4 for 5 eggs, I would gladly give it to you, man. But I'm not
Mm-hmm.
giving it to that. I'm not giving it to that grocery store that don't care about nothing about us. But if you get some chickens, I'll buy them from you.
Baby, we
I
gotta
will
get some
buy them
chicken.
from y'all. But yeah, that's one of my wants too. Is once I move in and I got me a proper yard, I'm getting me some chickens too.
Yeah, some
Please believe it.
chickens, you know, some.
But yeah,
Get a garden
y'all definitely
together.
gotta start, gardening and y'all gotta start raising some of this livestock, even if it's just the chickens. You can always barter. It's always somebody with something else that you need and you got something that they need. You can always barter. So you get
Let's
you enough chickens to feed you and your family, and then you add on an extra chicken for bartering.
Okay. Let's start bringing back community. You know, let's start coming back together because society has made everybody go separate and doing their own thing. And you don't realize like, dang, so and so know how to do this. We could all come together and we wouldn't be relying on them as much as we do if we was coming
Yeah, get
together and as a
those
community
community
the way that we
gardens.
are
I've
now.
seen a couple on a couple corners, them community gardens. Invest in them, use them, utilize them. If you don't
Mm-hmm.
have one in your community on your block, get with your neighbors, put one there.
They come in handy, people. They come and it's sustainable gardening and everything. If you don't want to do the regular garden, there's other types of gardening, but start somewhere. Start somewhere.
Yeah,
Do
you gotta
something.
start
Whether
somewhere.
you gonna make you some
We
cranberry
can
juice is
lead
the easiest thing
y'all
to
to
do.
the water, but we can't make y'all drink.
We cannot
Now that's
make y'all
on y'all.
drink.
We done gave y'all the information. We can lead you to water. We can't make you drink. That's on you. You got to
All
take that
right.
next step.
Now I'm gonna leave y'all with this quote to live by. Let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food. And that was from Hippocrates. Okay? Let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food. Until next time, I'm Ariel Marie, wishing you the confidence to experiment